Today I do grown-up Italian. I do podcast. That you say right?
Okay, one more. Just say I'm doing the Growing Up Italian podcast. Okay? Nonna, what are we doing today?
Today I'm doing a grown-up Italian podcast. No good?
All right, good enough.
So you come from Salerno too?
Sì.
Sarno, you said?
Sarno, provincia Salerno.
Okay.
It's an arriva 30 minutes to go from Sarno to Salerno.
Do you like New York?
I love it. I'm more here than over there.
How many years you've been here now?
62 years. I came when I was 18 years old.
Wow. Do you remember when your family said, we're going to Italy? Or how did it go? Was it your decision?
Well, you really want to know?
Of course.
I got married 18 years old. My husband came to Germany with my cousins.
Very similar to our story.
Yeah, Nonna too.
Our nonna too.
Well,
Our nonna lived in our town in Salerno, Sassano it's called. And our nonno was in Germany for like 3-4 years before he came here.
yeah.
But so he was in Germany and then...
So my husband was American. He
Okay.
was born here. He came with my cousins from Germany to Sarno. So they came see us. So, and when he came, and my husband says, oh, would you like to come to America one day? I says, one day. So,
he was your boyfriend at the time? Or?
no, he was not. Just friends.
He was trying though.
Yes.
Can you tell us how it was back then?
It was beautiful. It was different.
How did a guy introduce himself to
Things
a
move
woman?
fast, right?
It wasn't Tinder back then, right?
It was what?
No Tinder, right?
No. No, they just came to see the family. You know, my cousin, they came to see the family because they were American. So, and my husband came with them. So they were friends. They were in the army. So they came over and we made a dinner for them and everything. And then when they left, he says, oh, well, maybe you come to America one day. You never know. So, and then after 6 months, they came back again. And he asked me if I would come to America and marry him.
No first date, nothing. Just let's get married.
Years ago,
Couple letters.
Years ago, you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Years ago, they used to hide the girls, the family they used to have.
Did he ask for permission to get married with you? Like, to
Oh,
your
he
family?
asked the permission for, if I will go out with him.
No, I mean, like, did he ask your parents, "Can I marry?"
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Your parents approved, obviously.
My parents approved.
Was it tough for them? Say,
After a few months. It
La
was
Safia in
tough.
America, you know?
It was tough for them, but meanwhile they will give us the future because it was back home was nothing.
C'è niente da-
After doing the war was nothing.
And what year was that? You remember?
I was 1961.
Yeah, makes sense.
1961.
You go back?
I went back after 24 years,
Oh, wow.
and I started to see a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Different in what way?
a lot of change. A lot of change. All the younger generation used to go Switzerland, Germany, all over.
Or up north, like
a lavorare.
yeah,
Yeah.
Perché
Torino,
non stava
Milano.
lavoro.
È vero.
Non ci stava non lavoro, niente,
That's
niente completamente.
a Città Nostra, it's like a ghost town now. Ci sono più crappe che gente. Mo, you know, like,
yeah.
that's the narite che regime dà. But it's crazy because a lot of houses are abandoned.
Yeah.
In
È proprio
Geneshuno.
un peccato.
You could probably buy a house in your town for 2,000 euros, right?
No, my town is more sviluppato, you know?
Yeah.
Then una fabbrica. Then
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So
Not our towns. Our towns, you see like all different. All right, guys, we're here with Nonna Gracie. We just fixed her mic and her grandson, Matt. So we were talking about the struggle of moving from Italy to here, and a lot of people, I think more from seeing everybody's stories, it's so important to realize that to take a chance to move here it's not an easy thing. Like, a lot of times in Italy, you know, especially for us, I'm sure Matt too, we get, oh, you're not Italian. But we didn't choose, like, we just came here for a better life, is what I'm trying to say. You know, so I don't know why a lot of people judge us for that. You know, like, we come from a town where
was nothing there.
There's nothing. You know, there's no job. In our town, maybe there's 5 jobs in the whole town. You know, so talk to us a little bit about why your husband decided to move here.
Why is lui è americano.
Yeah, but lui era nato qua.
Lui era nato qua.
E poi è ritornato?
No, andato in Italia, in Germany, stava dentro soldato in Italia. So, stava dentro soldato e dopo è venuto al paese a visitare, ci siamo conosciuti. E dopo 6 mesi è venuto in Italia e mi ha sposato a 18 anni.
That's beautiful.
Does it mess you guys up if she talks Italian?
No, it's fine. It's fine. For us, it's fine.
Gotta focus on that.
We have the same dialect. Il dialetto è perfetto.
We understand.
Si capisce tutte cose.
Tutte cose.
Grazie a Dio.
So how was it when you first moved to America? Did you move to the Bronx first, or?
No, guess where I used to live? The first house, we used to live in Brooklyn.
Wow.
What part?
Everybody starts in
Union
Brooklyn.
Street.
Nice.
Union Street.
Union Street in downtown Brooklyn?
Yes. Yeah.
And what was your first job
Between
when you
the
came
5th
here?
and 6th. Well, for a little while I don't work. I had children, 2 kids. After I was 22 years old, and I raised my kids, and then I moved to Bronx because of my family was there. After a while, my whole family came.
Because of you guys, you recruited everybody.
Yes, everybody came.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. We was 4.
They all came?
Oh, tutti. Yeah.
Beautiful.
They all
beautiful.
came here.
That makes it much easier, right? When you have your family coming back.
Sure, because it was very scary. Years ago, we know no language, not even say hello.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used to, nothing. No English language.
I want to ask you, I mean, I'm sure your kids spoke English, right? Because your husband was American, you said?
Yes.
So when my Nonna and Nonno came here, they came, 21 years old, very young, only spoke Italian. They come to a new country. It was very hard to learn the English language for them.
We used to cry.
Very hard.
Cry.
And they taught their kids Italian because obviously they didn't know how to speak English. But the point I'm trying to say is my father and his mother, they're siblings. We're cousins. That's how we're related.
Yeah.
And they used to say all the time in school that they had it rough because they got bullied all the time.
Yes.
They speak Italian and,
We did. They bully us. I cannot even begin to tell you. They used to call a guinea. They used to call a greenhorn. They used to call everything. And we suffer a lot, but we take it because we see opportunity. My mom and dad, when they came here, they were superintendent. My brother was 10 years old. He used to help my mother working to clean. My older brother, he was my second brother. I was the oldest. He started busboy, bring a few dollars in. And my father found a little job in a factory. They used to make table and chairs for the restaurant. Struggle, I can tell you. My husband, he was a manager in one of the restaurants in the city. And I used to be home.
taking care of the family.
Take care of my children. My mom and my dad, they used to live in the Bronx, and I used to live in Brooklyn. We struggled. I cannot even begin to tell you. It's very emotional, very scary, because we don't know the language.
And I think it's because of that struggle that
Listen,
he's here, we're here, very passionate, very, I could tell the relationship you two have. It's like mom e figlio. It's not nonna and grandson.
No.
You know? And I think that's why we appreciate all the sacrifices that you guys made for us. So we look at this. We're talking behind the microphone right now for people to listen to.
It's a beautiful thing.
What a world
you have so
live
many
in.
people that follow you.
Nonna.
Like you have over a million followers, so that's crazy too.
It is. It's so emotional. I cannot even begin to tell you because I never thought I would do such thing. I never did. My life was good life until my husband was alive. I went to work. When my second daughter was 5 years old, and guess what? What was my job? I went to work in a school. I was a school aide, and I learned English little by little. And
You speak very good English too.
broke down.
For someone that's born in Italy, like I've seen a lot of nonnas that just never learn.
You remind me a lot of my mom, because my dad was in America. He went to Italy. He's like, you got to come back with me. I want to marry you.
Yeah.
She came when she was 25. You know, had kids and then was a school aide. It's just funny. The story is very similar.
Did you ever hear the saying "Femmine, vacche, boi do paese tuo"?
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
Women and cows you want from your town.
Yeah.
So it basically mean like, you know, you want to marry someone that's from your town.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now these kids, they don't understand today. Oh no, I gotta meet my own girl. Okay, go ahead, help yourself.
Now,
Is she throwing? Is that shade to you?
No, probably to my brother.
Do you ever find yourself where you feel you're too Italian for America, and then too America for Italian, like in Italy?
You always had your community, right? Like
I told you the truth. After I started working, I started having more confidence.
So working was the biggest difference for you.
I was very big. I learned how to deal with very little English.
Yeah.
Taught the school principal, school teacher. I can't tell you. And my grandchildren always say, Nonna, we're really proud of you. And I worked 19 years also in a hospital.
So you worked at the school and a
I
hospital?
worked, after a few years, my husband passed away. I was only 41 years old.
so young.
2 younger children, and I had 3 jobs.
God bless you.
And I am very proud I did. And I also got to thank you. You was on my back. And I did. Work very hard. You make. And I did. I made. I retired 62 to raise my beautiful children.
I love that.
And my daughter went to work.
You're one of the greatest grandmothers, really. The world needs to know your name.
Yeah.
Because
You know what?
beautiful.
What I'm thinking about right now is when Matt. I know Matt helps you make all this content. What I see you always is cooking stuff. But I feel like a lot of people don't know your story, so that's why we're here today. Is to really.
Not too many people, they know my story. And I'm very proud because I made it. Only one thing, thank God, I never went out and get a help. Never. Always was proud to bring a 3 paycheck home.
God bless, man.
And did what I had to do. I'm very proud. All of my family, they work very hard and they made it.
Honest
And
right
we
way.
have my grandchildren to teach them the same thing. I have 5 grandchildren. Engineer, investor. He's very famous. I have a gym teacher. Always gotta go chiaro nel culo.
No, I love that.
Tutto sistemato.
Tutto sistemato,
Yeah, it's
eh?
good. That's what puts you a smile on your face, right?
Yes, I did.
Seeing your family do well and be successful.
I
For us
waited
too.
for them when they come home from work, tired. Okay, we make a dish pasta for them right away.
So for you,
Feed
you worked
everybody.
3 jobs and you still cook dinner every day. Did all
Yeah,
those
you
chores
had to go
around the
home,
house,
see,
laundry, clean the house.
everything.
That's another job too.
It's another job, yes. And we made. And I have my daughter, I raised them the same thing. The mom, she's a school teacher, and I have another daughter, she's a makeup artist. She has 2 kids, an engineer. The daughter, she's a school teacher. They all are progress because we always on the back, work very hard all the time.
I think for kids like us, when you have, grandparents, parents that were born on the other side and struggled the way they did to make ends meet, it builds character in us to do well. Because it's like we have no choice.
No.
A lot of times people say to say to us like, "Oh, but you're spoiled because you got this, because you got that." But
Yeah, we spoil it because of the family work.
exactly, that's what I said. I'm like, how can you be mad at me that your dad came here con Cristoforo Colombo 300, 400 anni fa, and my dad just came here? You can't be upset.
No, you can't. I came with Leonardo da Vinci. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. I thought I'm never gonna make it here.
Yeah. How'd you get here with the boat?
Leonardo da Vinci.
The boat, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What can you talk about that? What was that like? You remember?
It was very rough. To say goodbye, my family, they were still at home. It was.
I got the
heartbroken.
chills. It's like that's
Wait,
crazy.
How long was it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I
ask.
came boat. I got a
Quanti
boat.
giorni sulla nave?
8
days.
8 giorni. Oh my
I
God,
thought it would
was
have been more,
brutal.
but that's still crazy.
8 long days, right?
And it wasn't no
It
cruise.
was brutal.
It wasn't no
thought
cruise, right?
It was beautiful. It was really beautiful, the boat and everything. It was very rough to come from Naples to New York. Very rough.
How was the weather?
Bad, rough. The water was rough. Sick this time.
You got seasick, right?
Seasick.
Oh, me too. I got so bad with that.
Oh, you came
Yeah, I
with
get
the...
so nauseous. No,
No,
I
he
didn't
said when he gets on a boat.
No, when I go on the boat.
When he goes to Capri, he's saying.
Oh, God,
Yeah, cuando sto a Salerno, va a Positano,
It's
Capri.
beautiful,
yeah,
right?
but I get nauseous
It was
too.
3 years ago, Positano. Beautiful.
Yeah, I love it there. Positano is my favorite city in Italy.
Yeah.
It's so nice. But did anybody get sick on the boat on the way to America?
Oh, sure. They
Yeah.
get sick, sure. Because the water is very rough.
And in the sleeping situation, was it like a bunch of people in one room? Or
No,
their
it
own
was
room?
only 2 people in each
Oh,
room.
that's good.
So
Okay.
you and your husband, right?
No, my husband
he
already
was
had
already here.
come
He was already
here.
here,
He
yeah.
was waiting for me here. There was another.
she was by herself.
A younger woman,
Oh,
strange.
yeah, you went alone.
I went and came along. You
Oh, my
imagine?
God.
I never went on a train. when I
Was anybody
young.
having doubts like, why are you gonna go there for this guy?
No, never. They never did.
It's such a
It wa-
different time, man.
Yeah.
It was a different time. It was a family time, and everybody used to travel to come to go for better life.
Just what they did for the right reason, too.
Yeah.
Matt was gonna say something.
I was gonna say also the rest of your family was planning to come here too, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like she was just like totally leaving them. It was like
She knew
we'll
in
see you
time.
when we see
Yeah.
you. Okay.
And they did come eventually. She
Yeah,
said.
well,
My
some of them
mom
got
and my
here
2
before
brothers,
her.
They came here.
Your mom came too?
My mama came
Wow.
here after I came from Italy.
That's awesome.
My sister and my brother, they all came. They came with Leonardo da Vinci. No, Cristoforo Colombo.
That was the name of the boat?
That was the name of the boat. Yeah, and I came with Leonardo da Vinci.
Now, when they came, did you have to sponsor them? Because I know you're
No,
getting married.
my dad came here before me, a
Uh-huh.
year before, and he sponsored them.
Got it. Because I know that was a process for a lot
Yeah,
of people.
yeah,
Obviously, legally, you had to get sponsorship
Yes.
from somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's much harder, I think, to get like paperwork.
He's a little harder now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So how did you start on social media?
Well, I have a special grandson. All of them.
It took a lot of convincing. A lot of convincing. Nonna Gracie almost didn't exist.
What
on
was the
internet.
inspiration? Like, did you see someone else, or you just saw like these dishes
Yeah.
she was making and you want to share with the world?
Yeah. So I was like, at that point, I had been making my own videos for like a couple years, and I kind of just wanted to do something different. And so
For those
Yeah.
who may not know, like
Yeah,
what kind
yeah.
of videos do you do?
yeah, so I make like, personal finance, kind of general business type videos, very different from Nonna's videos. And so I kind of just wanted to, like, that was really my first like step into, the creator world. And so like I was thinking one day, like, if I could go back and do this differently, how would I do it? And the only thing that I thought of was like, I want to do something where like the audience is more emotionally attached. Just because like, I don't know, my videos are pretty like surface level, like people watch it because it's interesting and then they move on, right? But like, I was like, how do you really create a brand? Like something that people just love. And so then I thought of Nonna and I was like, people love her in real life. Like she's always been famous to me.
Well, like anybody that's met your Nonna, they they get emotionally attached. They'll say,
Yeah.
how's Nonna Gracie?
Yeah.
And especially if they like eat a meal with her, that like one of her homemade meals.
Yeah.
Right
so
away.
I figured like, yeah, if she would just, I'm like, if she would just cook on camera, and then like, you know, use that to kind of talk a little bit, obviously not as in depth as this, but just talk a little bit about like her story and immigrating here and everything. I was like, I think people would love it. So we just ran with it, and it worked right away.
Do you remember the first video?
I remember
the
video.
first
Apple
video.
cake, I think.
I bake a cake. I love to bake.
Apple
I bake
cake,
like
you
a
said?
crazy.
Like some sort of like apple pound cake or something. It wasn't
Like
that
apple
Italian.
on the top, like apple on the top.
No, it was
top
like
in the middle.
I don't.
over.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or maybe it was. Yeah.
That sounds like my kind of cake.
Yeah. Or maybe your first video was biscotti. That was one of the first ones. I forget.
Well, I will say she brought biscotti for us today.
Yeah.
You gotta-
Never show up
Listen,
empty-handed.
You gotta taste it before I leave. I want to see.
I will.
We'll do a
You're
live
not gonna
taste
find it in the
test.
store.
I gotta ask you a question. If someone comes over your house empty-handed, do you feel like scustamate, maleducato? You know,
Maleducato.
you could tell us an honest opinion, and
Listen.
everybody watching at home, listener.
You know why they don't come sometimes? Because we always have. Thank God.
Tutto benedetto.
We always
Have everything.
tutto benedizione, right? We have everything. Oh yes, they are large customer.
But
Like, if me and Sabino came,
Yeah.
right, you guys invite us over for dinner one day, Sunday dinner at Nonna, Gracie's, and we just come with nothing. Like, all right, time to eat.
Yeah.
when we
it's okay.
when we leave, you wouldn't say
No.
"Sti due patate niente."
No, non fa niente.
Nona's more focused on the way she feeds everybody.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
But okay, so if you came by my house for dinner, would you come empty-handed?
I don't think so.
Exactly. So it works both ways.
That's
now.
her nice way of saying
I
hell
was
no.
thinking, I says, oh my God, I don't have a bottle of limoncello to bring to these guys
worry,
today. They
don't
could have a
worry.
limoncello.
Don't worry.
You know, that come from south.
This
you
is
know.
more than enough. The biscotti. Grazie mille. Thank you.
We're gonna. He's gonna bring that to my nonna's because it's her birthday today, and
Oh, you
when
gotta
it-
bring it to her.
Yeah.
She's gonna love
Say
it.
from one nonna to another.
There you
It's
go.
okay. It's my pleasure.
it's like trading jerseys almost. Maybe I wish we had some cookies to trade yours.
So after the game, i giocatori, they cambiano mai.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
like you and nonna cambiano mai.
You got to bring back like a jar of tomato
You know what
sauce
we'll do?
or something.
When we're done, I'll get you a fresh mozzarella from downstairs to try.
Oh, that's okay.
So we trade mozzarella for
Non te
cookies.
preoccupare, don't worry. But if you come over our house, we always come in.
Yeah.
Come. Holly's friends, when they were little, they will find the food on our table. I was always like that. I was always like that. He's my guardian angel. He put me all the way up the sky.
I love that.
And I did it for him too. I would never
Yes.
do.
No, what do you think of social media? Do you like it?
I think it's a beautiful thing to find the whole Kanye story.
Yeah.
It's very interesting the people that they know in the way we suffer when we came from Italy.
Yeah.
We suffered. And I think it worked
A lot
well.
of people forget that too.
They could not forget. That's what I get upset.
Or some people
A lot
choose
of-
not to like put in
Yeah,
consideration.
but why? Why we went through that? Everybody got to know, and my grandchildren, they know.
Yeah.
I says, you know, you got to think you can buy 3 pair of shoes because you work.
Yeah.
You don't
Truthfully,
work.
I think a big reason we started a page was for that reason, to like make people proud of their roots. Like a lot of people, like I was saying in the beginning, so many people talk down like, oh, you're not Italian, you're American, but at the end of the day, our family really did struggle when they came here, like 7 kids, you know, no money to eat, like, you know, a lot of dishes that we make and dishes now that everybody like goes crazy over are poor dishes, like pasta with a tomato, you know, like making the most out of nothing.
Polenta.
You know.
That was nothing back then. you
I
know?
make a polenta home. You know what I use? I use pork fat. I do my own pork
Probably
fat.
so good.
It's so good, you can't believe. Put pecorino romano, that's the best food.
Yeah.
We make a pasta e patate, oh my God.
So you were cooking when you were
Parmigiano.
young in Italy?
Very young.
For you to remember all these years, like
Very
you
young.
came here when you were 18, right? Like you said.
And before that, I used
so
to cook.
were you probably cooking all day? That you have all these recipes still fresh in memoria, you know? Like,
Yes.
Do you write down your recipes or no?
Oh, are you kidding? Little of this, little of that.
right.
Everything come perfect.
Actually, I have to ask you, and you got to be 100% honest with me.
Why
If someone asked you for a recipe, do you leave out an ingredient or two?
Never.
Because that's like a big
That's
thing.
a classic move, huh?
Because like,
Do you know we know people they do that?
yeah, that's
It's
that's
such
why
a
I'm asking you.
heartbroken. It's such a heartbroken. Why they do such things?
You Italians keep it sacred, though. It's
I
like-
would
Like
never.
maybe you leave
And then
one thing, like a little.
Never.
All right, but the ingredients off a little bit. Like you put 1 cup less of something.
The thing is, she just doesn't really know the actual
I told you the
ingredients.
truth.
It's like tough to figure
Never.
out.
Do you know what I do too? I says to the girls, the younger one, come over. I will give you free lessons. That was
Do you have any good-looking ones? That you can- no.
a little shangado.
No, because you know the girls nowadays, non sappiano fare niente.
Niente.
Non hanno paura due over girate così, nothing. Not even scrambled eggs.
Just peanut butter jelly, waffles.
You know?
Wonderful.
If you had to give 3, I mean,
I'm
are you
married.
married? You're not seeing anyone?
No.
Oh yeah, yes, he's a girlfriend for
Okay.
8 years.
If you,
yeah.
all the single men that are watching this right now, what would be some advice for you where to find a nice Italian girl? If you were,
Well,
if you were them.
fish for you will find. But they gotta learn how to cook. That's what makes a family. Honest to God, that's what makes a family. Because sometimes you say, "Oh no, I don't want to eat out. Let's eat home." Lord, we do right away in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We feed 6, 7 people,
And
10
better
people.
than the restaurant, no?
A very plain food.
Then you got to clean up all the mess, you know?
What are we gonna do? Is any other choice?
Yeah,
There's
you're
no other choice. It's
true.
a better home, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Once in a while to go eat out, to sit and be a queen, it's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as everybody chips in, you can't cook and clean the table, do all the dishes by yourself.
Well, I have
Even though you probably do, but I like
we
to see when the
do.
family helps,
the boys, they get up, they pick up the dish and put in the sink, and me and the mom at night will be clean. In half hour, everything is clean.
But you sit down, right? You're not one of those nonnas that
no,
just
she's
walk
one of
in.
those.
Oh,
Stai
no,
mangiando,
no, no.
Chris, okay.
Yeah.
Aspetta, let me go get this over
Oh
here.
no, I get up and
You gotta
finish
sit down and
cleaning.
enjoy it too,
We
though.
cook it. Oh, we do.
Good,
We
good.
sit down. Oh yes, we sit down.
Because our nonna's like always running around making sure everybody's taken care of.
No,
like,
no.
nonna, sit, relax, eat,
Yeah,
enjoy.
no, we sit and then we all get up together. Yeah.
Good.
Matt, maybe I have this question for you. What are some of your favorite dishes that she makes?
It's a good question. I think I feel like honestly it's the simple stuff. Like just the things that you grew up with, Nonna's chicken cutlets.
I knew that.
Just like-
you look like a nonna that makes a good chicken cutlet.
Yeah, definitely. I seen the chicken cutlet video.
Yeah.
Did you see the steak pizzaiola?
See, I'm
Oh,
not
that's a
crazy
good one,
about steak
too.
pizzaiola. I'm weird. I don't like steak with sauce. It just doesn't.
Okay, that's
you know?
all right. You could put in a fry pan with garlic and oil, salt and pepper,
I
fry right away.
I'll
You have a
make
beautiful.
this right away.
You gotta do right away. You're gonna learn too.
I just think steak and sauce, it gets too rough. You know what I mean? So, none of
Okay,
that-
you could do
that-
fry. You could do fry
Yeah.
in 5 minutes, high flame.
Nonna's 5 minutes every day.
Yeah.
You check your time and you do the cooking.
5
All right,
minute
no,
cooks.
I gotta ask you, what makes a good chicken cutlet?
What makes good chicken cutlet?
Yeah.
Buy the best one.
So Bell and Evans,
Bell and Evans is very good.
pound it thin.
Pound it in. Put in the eggs. Right away, breadcrumb, fry. And bell and salad.
Not Bell and Salad. Shout outs to my mom. That's
What kind
what
of
she
oil
was
do
in.
you use?
Not be-
What oil do you use to fry?
I told you the truth. I love a Western oil.
Okay.
It doesn't make it greasy. I made a arancini the other day. They
Yeah, I
came
saw.
out-
We just
you-
posted that video on our Instagram.
I made. They were incredible. And the one over here. Next time, put a little more veal. More grinded
More
meat.
in there?
Yeah.
I like that too.
The veal cutlets?
No,
No,
the
veal in
grind
the-
the veal.
in the
or either
arancini.
grind
Oh,
the
okay,
pork
okay.
is the
Oh, those
very
veal
good.
cutlets are amazing too. What's in your breadcrumb? Do you use like a certain brand?
I use
4C.
Some-
Yeah, shout out to
Sometimes-
4C.
I know we almost did a
sometimes
deal with
even a
them.
plain. You know what I do? I put a salt, a pepper, and I put a little grated cheese and make my own seasoning.
No more parsley than what's
No,
in there.
because my boys they don't like pasta.
They don't like the green stuff.
No, they don't.
Too healthy?
I guess the 2 they pick. Throw away.
Now, what do you think? I see a lot of people going crazy about this. I'm curious, everybody's take.
Oh,
Chicken
boy.
cutlets with ketchup, yes or no?
I don't know. Are you kidding me?
I
No.
do it. I can't lie.
I'm sorry. I don't mean it to offend. I don't like a ketchup. I don't like a mustard. I never tasted for 62 years. No. not for
You
me.
never tasted ketchup?
Never in my life.
Wow, really?
What about if you tasted it? It was the
And
best thing
listen,
you've ever
how do
had.
you like it to make a 400 jars of sauce?
Yeah, that's true.
And then I will go take ketchup? No. Thank you.
I mean, I'm definitely a chicken cutlet with ketchup kind of guy. I don't see the problem.
It does
with
make sense.
No,
it's like a
listen,
chicken
it's
finger.
okay.
With
You
ketchup,
love
right?
it. Why not?
Thank you, Nonna.
For me,
Thank
I
you.
don't, you know what I do?
Mangia
when I
bella nonna, mangia.
Mangia bello, figlio mio, mangia. I love a cutlets, nice and crispy, and put half a lemon over it.
Oh, you're just lemon.
That's a
all.
Milanese
I
style.
love
pretty
it.
much.
That's Italian. That's
Right.
Salerno style.
Yeah.
You use a
See,
lot
I
of
like
lemon.
that, but I'm not always in the mood for that. Ketchup. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe barbecue sauce if I'm feeling.
Good luck to you.
They say, congratulations, you played yourself.
Listen, fried pork chops,
Yeah.
fried, is very good. I forgot I should bring a meatball too.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
So, no, I got to ask you, you're on a podcast right now. Could you explain to the world what a podcast is? Or what do you think it is?
I think it's like a social media that you guys are called to be socialized with people, with the world.
It's like a radio show, essentially.
The radio
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, but it's like, you could basically do a podcast about anything. It's the new world. I remember years ago, everything was the radio show. Now,
No, radio
any
show
Joe
years
Schmo
ago.
could get a microphone and...
You know what I love about you, Nonna, is our Nonna, like, no, don't put me on videos. I don't want to be seen. She thinks people are going to, like, be a peruk.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, no, I'm going to get a headache later, please. I don't want
I
to.
get to get evil out.
So she
I
doesn't
told
want
you
no
the-
videos of her. And that's why we never share her. But
I
like,
told you the truth. I became pretty strong to work for 3 jobs. I said, listen, nobody is better than me, or I'm not better than them. We all the same. Who's very smart, have a lot of education. Are lucky us. We don't have no education back home.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
had to catch here. We had to learn here. And I'm very proud to know what I know.
Do you read the comments? Like when there's a post, does Matt tell you about,
Yeah. Every time we post a video, it's the same. It's like the same thing.
you get wholesome ones, though, right?
Yeah.
Who's
It
complaining
is.
about Nonna
It is
Gracie?
mostly like.
Yeah.
I told you the truth. I love it. I get them very emotional. And I really mean they could learn a lot. And I would love it to teach them. I really do. Because that's how the family get together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of Nonnas on social media. Like, I think the best one would be like you with, do you know Nonna Pia or no?
No.
You're not really
I
on
don't
social
know.
media like that.
I don't know.
The best.
is
the
she
best-
an op?
The best table of Nonna would be like you, Nonna Pia, and then Nonna Fina. There's like
Oh
three-
yeah,
She's
yeah.
from Australia.
She's great. Nonna Pia is great.
that
too. I've
table
seen
I
her.
would like kill to just sit at that table and listen to this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we should do like chicken color wars. Like
Oh yeah.
all the
yeah.
nonnas
Which
around
Nonna
the
makes
world.
the best chicken cutlet?
We got to get someone to sponsor it. Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Did you see the artichokes?
That you made?
Yeah.
Those, they really from South. We used to make artichokes. Everybody used to go crazy.
You know, the Sicilians try to say that they're like the king of the artichokes. Do you think it's true?
They are king of arancini. They do a lot of,
Yeah.
they do
What do you think Salerno's known for food-wise?
everything.
But you don't think like Caciocavallo, like the cheeses?
The
you know?
cheese,
Yes,
probably, right?
it's very good. Yeah.
I
all
mean,
the cheese.
Matt, what's a funny story with Nonna that you have, maybe growing up or from this whole social media experience?
There's a lot of funny stories. I mean, even with just filming stuff, like there's a lot that I don't necessarily put in the videos because it like doesn't really match her like brand, or sometimes like she'll just say something and just like, she'll get like frustrated when she's talking, and
does it take a lot of takes to do these videos, or is it pretty smooth?
Yeah, it's kind of smooth. It depends. Like usually what we'll do is, this is our process. She comes to the kitchen. We meet in the kitchen, and as she has a cup of coffee, we sit down. And depending on what she's making that day, I say, okay, Nonna, like, what do you do? How do you make this? Then we write it all out. Then she films just like the talking part first, and then the rest of it, I'm just filming B-roll.
Yeah, her cooking.
So it's over her voice.
Yeah. And then, I mean, sometimes she like butts in. She'll like say something funny, and then I'll include it or whatever.
How does like the part of, okay, Nonna, we did this dish already, like the new dishes, is that something your idea, or you say, let's do a video of this?
No, it's my idea.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just to say, oh, don't make.
Sometimes I'll shut
broccoli.
it down.
Don't make pasta broccoli. Okay, Matthew, what do you want me to make?
No, because sometimes, I mean, you know, if she makes like eggplant one week, I don't want her to make something similar the next week, you know, like kind of space.
So how often do you guys like actually record?
It's usually once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
And you do one video a week, or is it?
On Friday.
Friday.
When he's not too busy, make a video all over the place.
Yeah.
We usually work on.
Are you ever not in the mood? Like, oh no, forgive me, not today. I'm tired.
Well, sometimes we have.
Yes.
We have, like a few weeks ago, we had to go funeral. It broke our heart.
Yeah.
5 weeks of a son and a father.
Yeah,
it was a tragic, and I'm not in the mood,
Of course,
I don't blame you.
You know
There's
what
things
I
But
mean?
there are also
in
just
real life.
days where, like, I mean, I'm sure it's the same with your Nonna, where it's just like, she's almost like, in the best way, uncontrollable. You know, like when she's on, it's like she's
I gotta
like,
control. I gotta do it right away. Let's move.
Yeah.
You know.
But there are certain days where, like, you know, we were like planning on filming, and I'm like, no, take the day. Like, I know the video's not gonna like
You should
be the same.
Bro, honestly, like being in the social media world, and obviously we see Nonnas all the time, and I just saw a lot of videos in the past where like they would force their content out of Nonna, and I never appreciated that, you know. So the fact that you
100%.
do that,
And I mean,
like,
that's
she's a
like-
person at the end of the day. She's not
yeah.
content.
No,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, a lot of people use
And the
it
thing
not
is,
enough for
too,
views,
like-
bro. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Worst thing.
Like, we don't even, like, for me, like, I'm lucky enough where, like, this isn't like a source of income, you know. Like, I don't really care.
Just do it for fun.
I just
and you
wanted
love it.
to really just to like, and we
Create
were speaking about
memories.
this actually on the car ride over, where she was saying that, like, and I mean, she could explain it, but she was saying that, like, when she was younger, you know, just like working 3 jobs at once and doing all that, she always felt like, even though she was like in the school and in the hospital, like surrounded by people who she thought were smarter than her because they got like a traditional education and stuff, she always felt like she would never, it's kind of sad, but like that she would never be as like valuable as them.
Hey,
That's what we believe, right?
Because
You
you
have to be the
always
smartest in the
feel
room.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's you could be gorgeous woman, and then you don't have a brain. I mean, where do you come from? You know.
Yeah.
True.
So then there was one day after, I don't know, maybe after she like started like getting like recognized a lot when she'd leave the house and stuff, where she was like, she explained this all to me, and she was like, I never thought that I would be able to be this like impactful, and now I feel that, and that for me was like,
That's awesome.
That's all I needed. Like,
We went to a restaurant about 3 weeks ago. My son-in-law, I live with my daughter and my son-in-law and my grandchildren. I live with them 31 years. I have a wonderful son-in-law. 2 son-in-law, they're wonderful. I always got along with them.
So you lived on the first floor?
I live with them, yes.
Yeah.
I live with them.
That's like typical Italian,
Yeah,
Italian American
yeah.
stuff.
Before I got married, I lived with my Nonna
It's,
my whole life. Yeah.
it's wonderful.
The second mom, you know, you wouldn't
It
trade it
is.
for the world.
It's a wonderful thing. So on Friday night, a Friday and Saturday, my son-in-law works. Sometimes the boys, they go help the dad. And me and my daughter said, Ma, let's not cook it tonight. Let's go have something out. So we went to...
Olive Garden?
Are you kidding me?
You ever tried Olive Garden?
Never in my life. Never did. I never did.
Where'd you go? I'm sorry, I had to say
We
that.
went to the restaurant, the East Chester,
Okay.
and when we came out of there with 3-4 guys, no, Gracie, oh my God. I get all the cheer up, you know.
Yeah.
What goes to your mind when someone recognizes you?
I
Leave me
think
alone.
I really mean, I really appreciate
Yeah, I
they
can
watch
tell.
with the hope of God that they really started cooking and get the family together.
So that's what you want out of these videos?
I really want that. I really want that with all of my heart.
Yeah.
To keep these young girls with the husband and the children is a beautiful thing. I made a chicken soup, 16 quarts,
Jesus
to
Christ.
show them you could use it for 2-3 days.
Yeah. No,
It's-
she just like, she loves it.
I'm just
you
a
know?
natural.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to fake in me.
Yeah.
I can't.
And you call all your followers your grandchildren, right?
I feel it like
That's
I teach
your-
my
You're
grandchildren.
Nonna, you're Nonna, I don't, what
You're the most Naboti in the world.
Yeah, everyone's Nonna, is what I'm trying to
Everybody
say.
Nonna.
Yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
Nonna. So.
No, and she loves it too. Like, she almost doesn't, like, if somebody, stops her or somebody wants to take a picture or whatever, she'll sit there and just talk to them for, like, ever. This one time, this lady was trying
They
to, like,
ask me so many questions
basically
and I keep it going.
Yeah.
you asked about a funny story before. This is a funny story. So, when people first started, like, stopping her and stuff, this one day, I'll never forget, like, it was a Sunday. I was at home, like, working on some of my stuff. Nonna comes home and she goes, Matt, you got to take me to the clothing store down the street. And I was like, didn't you just went there with Mom? Like, what do you need there? And she goes, listen, the manager there said she likes my videos. I got to go bring her, I forget what it was, jar of
With the
sauce or
scuttle
something.
and beans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a nice trade-off.
That
And,
girl, she was crying. She was crying. The manager from the store, when she saw me, Nonna, Gracie, do you know what you do to us? Bring my Nonna back. I don't have nobody no more.
Yeah.
And she used to make escarole and beans, and I feel so bad. And now you made escarole and beans. I felt so bad.
You made it for her that day?
I did.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I
no,
made it.
What a
we're gonna
superstar.
go
I
back,
made
give her
escarole and
food, like,
beans, and I gave one Tupperware to one girl, one Tupperware to the manager.
oh yeah, so the
he
manager
he
and then
gonna
another
take the rest.
like another one of the store's employees also watched her videos. So then she made like 2 different containers, and so we go back to the store. And at this point, I'm like, God, I don't even want to, like, this is, like, so ridiculous, So I walk in, and she starts talking to the lady. She gives her she gives them the containers and whatnot. And then this is like an old lady's clothing store, right? So it's like a quiet place.
It's no old lady, man.
Yeah, I had a feeling she was going to say that.
And so it's like super quiet in there. And this lady, as we're talking to the ladies who worked at the store, this lady from the other side of the store starts like screaming, but like at the top of her lungs, like causing a
You cannot
scene,
believe.
screaming. And so I'm like, geez, this is like hectic, right? And so this lady comes over and she's with her daughter. And so she's talking to Nonna for like 5 minutes. I'm kind of like, hey, let's get out of here. And so this lady literally starts to try to kind of like set up her daughter with one of any of Nonna's grandkids, right? So she's like, I'm like,
Yo, Nonna's the plug. I feel like Nonna's like a Nonna Cupid.
I
Yeah.
did not.
No, I gotta ask you before you finish the story.
yeah.
How many couples did you set up?
Never.
I feel like you got good numbers.
I never did.
No,
I
you never like said, "Oh, I have a nice boy for you." Nothing.
No. I never did. I don't like to do that. You know why? Because if they're not happy, and they know what.
You're going to feel guilty?
And it's your fault.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, I could say to the boys, I think the girl, she's very nice. So finish the story.
So the lady starts basically, she's like, I was entertaining the ladies from the store because they were like still talking to us, but I'm also listening to Nonna because you never know what she's gonna say. So I'm like always trying to make sure she doesn't say anything wrong, So I'm like talking to this lady. I'm also trying to listen to their conversation. She's like right behind me, and the lady's like, she's like, is your grandson like in a relationship or whatever? And Nonna's like, yeah, but I have an older grandson, and he works down in the city. He works in finance, and then she's tapping me, and she's like, pull up a picture of John. Pull up a picture of John. And I'm like, no, we got to get out of here.
Did it work out?
No.
No, are you kidding? No.
I feel like we hear that all the time where, like, Nonna's like, oh, I have a nice boy for you. Like, that's typical Nonna talk. Like, you go to a salon or something. That's what you were told.
Kissy fee. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Aqui parente tu.
Aqui parente, aqui se fia.
Aqui se fia.
Yeah. So my particular grandson is a special. No, you got to find his own girlfriend. He doesn't want to talk about it to introduce somebody to him. No.
I mean, you know, you gotta work for him.
Yeah.
Who knows?
The guy wants to do his own thing.
I don't think he wants, the lady from the laundromat's cousin or something.
Forget about it. Right?
What's your dating advice for the younger people our age? If they're looking to find love, what do you think? Or if they're in a relationship, how do you keep that love strong?
I told you. Have a dinner together. Sit it by the table. Talk about the problem you had today from work. And, I had a good day today. I had a bad day today. That is very important to sit with the family. Even if it is still the husband and wife, it's very important. Yeah. It is. Watch a movie together. One night, another night, you do whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
It's very important to keep the family close.
You've seen like the big change from nowadays everybody has a cell phone. So sometimes
it's the worst thing. You know what we do? We told everybody at the table, please put it away the phone, throw it out.
Because I feel like even when we eat dinner now, even I catch myself, like I'm on the phone while eating.
It's the worst thing.
I mean, especially with us, though, it's like I catch myself doing the same thing. But
especially because we're on
social
social media,
too, right? So it's like, did this guy answer my DM? Did someone email me back? It's like...
Yeah, but when you have a dinner, you don't
no, of course.
No,
there's no excuse.
You got to shut it down.
It's true. It's true. We're so attached to this world that we don't live in the present moment.
It's no good.
I do it too. We all do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but make a time.
Yeah.
Half hour, 1 hour. Be with the family, put the phone.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, I don't mean any wrong by this, but did you remarry after your husband passed away? Because I see you're wearing black to this day. And
no, I'm just wearing black to be sexy.
To be sexy? Hey, no, you watch it. Any pumbas out there?
No,
maybe it's time. Maybe it's time.
I had 2 girls. I could yell very loud. They were good girls.
Were you strict with the girls?
I was very strict.
You can't bring anybody until you get married, like that?
No. They date. My older daughter went out with the husband 9 years.
Wow.
They grow up together in parochial school, and they started go out. They were 14, 15, and they got married. They were 24 after my husband passed away. And I had my younger daughter. She had a date. Not serious. She don't bring him home. She bring home only the husband.
I like that.
When they
That's
got
how
married,
it should be.
When they date for a couple of years, then they got engaged, and then they got married. And there wasn't like that. I never date anybody. I had 2 girls in the house. I don't believe it to bring a stranger man in the house. And that's the reason I work very hard to raise them. They had to finish school. Then when they got married, the second one got married, they wanted me to go live with them. So we had a 2-family home. And then they were born. And I retired 62, and I help raise the kids. That's why they're very attached to me.
So you started all over again?
I'll start all over again. And I enjoy every minute of it to raise it up.
You had 4 husbands.
I have a 4. No, I have a 6. My 2 sons-in-law, I treated them like my own children. And I have 4 boys and 1 girl, my granddaughter. And now she's gonna make me great grandmother.
Oh, God bless.
September.
Congratulations.
We're gonna have
Great grandma Grace.
Great grandma Grace. That sounds good. GGG.
I am so happy. I already crochet blanket for her.
Oh yeah, I love
You're the
that.
sweetest. You're the sweetest.
You remind me so much of my Nonna too.
Our Nonna would love you.
No, our Nonna crochets all day. She's like this, making
God,
blankets.
I don't do all day. I do at night because
You
in
would
the
if you-
daytime
if you
I'm very
could.
busy cooking, washing, doing.
Yeah,
You know, the family is big and we got out. My night I relax, watch a couple hours of TV and I crochet.
What do you like to watch?
Anything.
Costa Sole.
I like watch a police story.
Oh, true crime.
My nonna loves
Chicago PD.
Discovery Channel and
Chicago
Animal
PD.
Planet. You like the Animal Planet or no?
Oh yeah,
I do.
You like the? You always show me the. It's not.
On Saturday,
whatever.
You got a special.
Yeah, there you go.
I like them. I like that. I like a lot of things. I don't watch too much TV. Only at night.
Yeah.
Because in the daytime I'm very busy.
Do you watch Food Network?
Once in a while, and I get disgusted when I see
What?
a lot of things.
Okay.
Besides Italian food, what's some other food that you enjoy? Nothing.
I'm sorry. I like.
You don't like Japanese, Chinese food, like nothing like that?
I do once in a while. Sometimes I make
'Cause some people are
Chinese food.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
make Chinese
saute shrimps.
Okay.
Then I put a string beans, broccoli in.
Yeah, there you go.
We all know an Italian that makes good Chinese food. So my mom too, like she'll make General
Yeah,
Tso's. I'm
yeah.
like, what's going on
Yeah.
here?
So I do that too.
I actually wanted to plug in. A lot of people don't notice, but we have another page called I Love My Nonni, and we have over 300,000 followers on there too. And we just post people like you, and a lot of people submit videos of their nonna, or maybe their Zio, whatever the case is. But it just goes to show that people like you are like nostalgic because maybe there's someone that doesn't have their nonna anymore, and it reminds them.
It's sad.
It touches to the same point we were saying, but you know,
That's why I read so many stories. It meant to come on, sit down, and tell me what did they say. It's very.
She
touching.
loves the comments.
I love the comments, even from Italy. You know, they watch me from Italy also.
do the Italians like you?
Yes,
Because they don't like us.
Really?
Really.
They don't like us.
But she's
And what-
food and she's a nonna, so
Yeah.
it's like
You know what I was
She's
saying?
authentic.
loves you.
I don't know what
You're the
I was-
real deal.
Yeah, but I mean, what you guys are doing, I think, is super special too. Because I remember even before we started making videos, like you guys have been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Right? How long's it been?
7 years, right?
Yeah.
And counting.
Wonderful. Keep
Yeah.
it going,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, always.
Keep it,
Thank
be
you.
serious and be strong.
Always. And brutal.
Yeah.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
go far away.
What advice
you.
would you give to any of the other nonnas out there that want to create like cooking content, or they want to be on social media? What advice would you give them
They
to
should
give them a
try.
jump start?
They
Stop
should
now
try.
because you're never gonna be as good as Nonna Gracie.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
That's his answer.
Yeah.
I can see Matt like, damn, look at this nonna. Put out this
That's like us, you know.
do you know?
That's funny.
One day, you shocked me. I was on Times Square. I almost had a heart attack.
On a
said,
billboard.
what
on a
happened?
Oh
billboard
yeah,
in
yeah,
Times
yeah.
Square,
So
What happened now? I said, oh my God, something must happen. I see my son-in-law came out of the store with a roll of paper towel under his arm. I see all of my grandchildren come down. Something must happen, guys. Something must
It was a
happen.
surprise.
Why
She didn't know
all-
anybody else was there.
They would surprise me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have been at Times Square. That scared me to death when I came from Italy. Everything was big. Everything was so tremendous. And now I wind up to be at Times Square.
Yeah, that was like that
I
was
cry.
another
I
thing,
cry.
too.
That's
I was in
amazing.
shock. I was crying.
Well, you deserve that, though.
I know.
The world needs to know your story. That's why I wish our nonna would do that, because people like you, there's not many out there anymore. You know what I mean? And that's why we're so attached, because you guys are literally the cornerstone of the family. You're the glue that keeps us all together.
You got to convince your Nonna to do it.
She's done a couple. She's done a
Yeah,
couple.
yeah.
in the mood. When she's in the mood, we'll
Yeah.
throw her in there. But
Well, just
we're
'cause,
never gonna,
honestly, the way I
Say,
think
no,
of it,
make a bread.
She
Do
did.
something.
She did roasted peppers.
Oh, nice.
She did a roasted peppers video that went crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The way I think of it too is like, even aside from all the views and stuff, 50 years down the line, like, could show your kids, grandkids.
Oh, yeah, we take
whatever,
videos
you
of her
know,
all the
it's like-
time. We just
Yeah,
never
yeah,
post
yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know?
But I just think of it and I'm like, you know, she tells stories of her mom, right, who I never met.
Yeah, you
And
got
I'm
no
like,
video of her.
I'm like, I've seen like some black and white pictures that, you know, someone spilled coffee on 30 years ago or
Yeah.
whatever. But so I think it'll be really cool to like forever have these like videos.
so
like
too.
now in August, we're gonna jot sauce, tomato,
I can't wait. Yeah.
and the boys they all gotta come.
We
They
should
gotta-
try to come if it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We'll bring extra cameras. You know? The more cameras, the
So-
better.
So my daughter, she stays upstairs, cooking for 30 people. She cooks and we work downstairs.
Yeah.
I love that.
After we do all that work, you talk about in one day we could make a 200 jars, 300 jars, if we have enough help.
And how many people like is that divided by the 300 jars?
You know, I want to bring a pitch over here. He says, no, it's not a good. They will.
Yeah, she's got this big picture. She's I'm
you
like,
want to
no,
bring the
come
physical
on.
picture?
I would love it to see you guys. Show you
That would be
guys.
funny, actually.
It's a really beautiful story, and we keep that tradition
You
going
have
on.
to. You have to.
Yeah.
And this is why this is what we do too. We want the world to see like there's traditions that we have that our Bonanima, all our ancestors have done. We want people to keep doing that. Like
Sure,
we're
it's a
Italian American
beautiful
now, right?
thing. Do you know what I pickle too? I pickle zucchini. I pickle eggplant.
Eggplant. I love the
Eggplant,
pickle
yeah.
eggplant.
You know,
Just
I
not
pickle
mushrooms.
all that.
Don't pickle mushrooms for me.
My sister-in-law does that. She knows the specialty
Yeah.
to get it mushrooms. She does.
She got a fungi plug.
She does. She does. I don't do that.
Nah, I'm not a mushroom guy either. But what I'm saying, like 100 years from now, you know, when we're not around,
You
who's
know,
gonna be doing this stuff?
It's a beautiful thing the kids to know.
Yeah.
They know the whole thing. They know everything.
Right. But we got to make sure the next generation knows, and then the next generation knows.
I says next time I gotta make a braciole golden. Do you ever eat
yeah.
that golden?
You know, believe golden eggs. I've never tried it. It's the pig skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to like when I was a kid. I hate it now.
Yeah,
It's
even,
just
so
looks,
chewy.
It looks like
even
that.
my
you know?
kids. Yeah, the thing is, if you know what are you doing,
Yeah.
it comes very tasty. I made a braciole one day too. Yeah.
What was her reaction when you told her that she was coming on the podcast? Because I never spoke to Nonna.
Oh my God! I
I
says,
never spoke to her directly.
I'm very nervous. What are they gonna ask me? Oh,
Yeah. She was nervous.
he says you're gonna be
'Cause-
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's never done anything like this. So
What do you think so far? Was it everything you
You
expected?
guys made me very comfortable, and make whole memory from when I started my life in America. Very interesting. And you guys, I'm very happy you do that. Keep it going. Keep it doing.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for coming all the way here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is
means
there
a
anything
lot to
else you
us.
guys wanted to talk about? Or any shout outs out there?
I think that's it.
we covered everything.
I think we covered more or less everything.
Now we got to come try some of her homemade cooking.
When's the
Braciole.
next Sunday
yeah.
dinner?
We got to do
color,
a Sunday dinner podcast.
Yeah, we could do
We
that.
gotta do that. That would be good.
That would be
right?
fun.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for coming all the way here.
Yeah.
And make sure
Thank you
to
so
check
much.
her
Thank you so
out.
much for having us.
Yeah, of
Appreciate it,
course.
guys. Nonna, state
Yeah.
buono. Ciao.
Ciao, ci vediamo.
Ci vediamo.